guys, welcome in. I got little loaf here. He just got a grooming, so I was gonna grab Minnie, but she's Miss Independent somewhere over there. So, but we have a pretty good show for you today. I had an epiphany yesterday, so I wanted to throw this out here, guys. So thanks for joining me. And my camera is like all of a sudden wider view, which I like because it used to be really up close. So that's good. So first we're going to talk about, it's a two-part. So we're going to first talk about what you are, right? And then I've talked about this before, but that's going to set up what I'm going to talk about. And then we're going to talk about the epiphany that I had and why it relates to that. Okay. So what you are is a three-part triune being, right? Body, mind, and soul, right? But what you really are, or what you is, it's not just bad grammar. It's easier to explain what you are. It's what you is a soul, right? You're not your body or your mind, right? Those are just possessions that you have, right? So when you're looking up at an astronaut, right? If you see an astronaut, you're not like, hey, look, there goes the spacesuit, right? I learned that from Kurt Johnson, New World All-Star. It's an astronaut, right? But he has a spacesuit, right? Same type of thing, right? So you are a soul that has a body and a mind, right? That's what you really are as a soul. So when you die, your body ceases to function and your mind ceases to exist. And what's left? You're left, right? So welcome in, guys. So again, we're just talking about this part and then we're going to get to the good part, but this is the setup for it, right? So when the Big Bang happened, so here we go, before we get to the Big Bang. What God is, God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, right? Allah, lots of different names for it. It's all the same thing. So God is love, right? And God wanted to experience what love is, right? Because what God is just knowing, right? So like what you are, a soul is knowing, right? Because the soul is just pure consciousness, right? So the mind is understanding, the soul is knowing, right? So it says in the Bible, and I'm not a Christian, but a lot of the stuff in the Bible is great. It says that God is love. And so God wanted to know what love is, because if you were hot your entire life, how would you ever know that you were hot, right? You wouldn't be able to know until you were cold. Then you would know what hot was, right? Then you can go back to being hot, back to cold, right? Duality, right? So the spiritual realm, singularity, the soul, knowing, is singular, right? It's a singularity. The 3D reality that we live in is duality, right? Hot, cold, here, there, male, female. That's how you are able to experience things and know what they are, right? Like Einstein said, the theory of relativity. Everything is relative to something else. So God had the Big Bang, right? The Big Bang. And then all of a sudden, these trillions of souls went out into the universe, which are a sliver, a teeny sliver of source, God, right? That's what you are. So you are God, right? So like I describe as like the ocean, right? So like God is the ocean, the huge big ocean, right? And us, the souls, are the waves in the ocean, right? But we're still all the same ocean, but we're having our own experience, right? So that's what you are, right? So let's say I just use my body for an example. Let's say my body, this is God, right? And then I have all my fingers here, which are the souls, right? So let's say I decide I'm going to go, say I'm this soul. I'm going to go walk to the next room and I'm going to grab a glass of water, right? I'm experiencing it and I grab the glass of water, but I'm not just using my finger though, right? I'm using all my fingers. I'm using my hand, my wrist, my elbow, my legs because I'm walking over there, my eyes to see where I'm going, right? And then I grab the glass of water, right? Because you are a co-creator with God. You are God, right? So remember that, guys. Your entire reality, you co-create with Source. So that being said, guys, that's the setup for what you are, what you is, right? So I walk my dogs almost every day. I try to. And what happens is I didn't have Minnie because she was in heat, but I had Loaf. And when we get towards, like, we walk up to this residential area and then we go into this park, right? And there's like in between the houses there in this cul-de-sac, there's like a path that goes to the park back there. And usually about like 200 feet or so, before we get to the park, I'll let them off the leashes and then they just dart over there, right? And I do it because they love it, right? And it gives them more exercise. They're sprinting. But every single time that I do that, I always think like, man, I wonder if I should do this. The sweet tea even told me something about it once too. I was like, because you can't see them. They go and they go around the corner. My dogs, you've seen them. They're 4 and 5 pounds. They're barely bigger than a squirrel, man. They're like rabbits. So what if there's another dog out there? I've seen pit bulls back there, right? Nothing against pit bulls, but I'm just saying a pit bull versus my dog, right? What if there's another animal back there? They get hurt, stuff like that. Every single time I let them off the leash like that, I think about that. And sometimes I'll run to make sure they're okay, right? So I just had Loaf and I let him off the leash and he darted over there. And I was walking and I got to like where the path is in between the houses. And all of a sudden he came back, which is unusual. He never comes back. And he was just on my ankles the whole time. I was like, what's going on? So I kneeled down and I checked him out and he had a bee on his tail. He got stung by a bee. That's why he came back. Right. So I started thinking, wow, I always was thinking about this, right? And you know how you manifest things by your thoughts, right? So I started thinking, did I manifest this? I manifested this, right? From always thinking he could get hurt. And then I started realizing, well, wait, did I manifest it, or is this just like a warning from God, from source, from the universe? Right? Because it wasn't a big deal. He didn't like get attacked. He just got stung by a bee. We cut the walk short. We went back home. The next day he was fine. But then I started realizing, well, what if it's both? Right? What if I manifested it and it's a warning from God? Right? And the reason is because I am a co-creator with God. Right? So I manifested my own warning. Right? I knew that I shouldn't be doing that, and I manifested my own warning. It was a warning from God, a warning from myself, right? Because I am God. So are you. So is Jesus, right? Jesus says, I am God. That's right, he's God. So is everyone else. We're all capable to do what Jesus did. It's just that you don't know that you're capable yet. And Jesus had already incarnated so many times that he was a professional. He didn't need to come back down and incarnate again. He had already learned all of his lessons. He was way high up there. He decided to come down and incarnate to help us, to expand our consciousness, guys. And that's the thing too. It's like the only reason that it's actually a warning though is because I believe it to be a warning, right? That's it. I believe it that I manifested this warning. Therefore, that's what it is. Because you create your entire reality based off your thoughts and what you believe, right? This is like a simulation, guys. It's the laws of the universe. It's so crazy, man. And once you figure this out, guys, that you can just create your entire reality, then the sky's the limit. But if you don't understand the laws of the universe, did you hear that thunder? We're having a huge thunderstorm over here. So let me repeat that. When you understand the laws of the universe, guys, the sky's the limit. But when you don't understand, the limit is the sky. Okay? So what influences you to have your beliefs, right? Society, right? The collective, right? Loaf's out there barking like crazy. He's going to continue to because it's a lightning storm out there. The collective, right? So you are influenced by everyone else, right? Your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, right? So their beliefs will influence your beliefs, and so you'll believe what they believe, right? That's why as a collective we have this society and everything works the way that it does because that's what everyone believes to be true. So if we have a paradigm shift, everything could be different, right? What we consider to be reality could be something completely different, because reality is not objective, guys. It's what you believe it to be. There's no such thing as just an objective viewpoint of reality, right? So I read this book, I think it was by Timothy Leary, but I'm not sure. Do you know him? Timothy Leary did all that studying on lysergic acid ethylamide. And there was an equation in the book that says A plus B plus C equals rainbow. And A being the moisture in the air, B being the atmosphere, and C being a set of eyes capable of visualizing the rainbow, right? Just like they say, if a stick falls in the middle of the forest with no one around to hear it, did it make a sound? It didn't make a sound. That's the thing, guys. You have to have something capable of seeing it for it to actually exist, right? And science will tell you this too, guys. I watch a lot of like stuff on YouTube of the science stuff, laws of the universe, stuff like that, and like physicists are talking about this is like accepted stuff now, right? That our reality is just based on how we perceive it to be, right? So again, the more people that are enlightened and wake up, the more power we have, right? And there's a lot of people that understand the laws of the universe, guys, but they don't want you to know. They want to keep the power to themselves, right? A lot of people. And I talk about Mother Teresa, and Mother Teresa, she knew about it, and she always said, if you go to an anti-war rally, don't invite me to that. But if you go to a pro-peace rally, invite me to that. Because you're thinking about something you do want. If you're thinking about something you don't want, it doesn't matter if you don't want it, you're still going to manifest it, right? That's why all these people with going to like Black Lives Matter, you know what I mean? I am a person of color myself, and I have black friends. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but it's true. I have gay friends. I have my aunt's gay. I'm all about minorities and everyone being treated equally. But the Black Lives Matter stuff, that's just focusing attention on what you don't want, man. We want equal rights type stuff. Come on. Like that's just, you're creating more of a division. You're manifesting more of it. Stop doing that, guys. Focus on what you do want. So that was my epiphany, guys. You are a co-creator with God. I literally manifested my own warning about loaf because I used to think about it every single day for several months. Should I let him off the leash like this? And then sure enough, bam, got stung by a bee. And again, it's only a warning because I believe it's a warning, right? Whatever you believe will be true. Your thoughts are more powerful than the 3D reality, guys. Like there's certain things that by default, because as a collective we accept them, like fluoride in the water, bad for you. Calcifies the pineal gland, does all kinds of stuff, right? Lowers your testosterone levels. Europe has banned it, and most of Europe has banned fluoride in the water. United States still does it. Makes you docile, makes you go with the flow, accept things. That's what they want. That's why they put fluoride in the water. It's a dangerous, toxic chemical. When they put fluoride in the water, the people are wearing full hazmat suits. You shouldn't be ingesting it. I drink reverse osmosis filtered water. It's the only way to get it out. But it doesn't even matter that it's so bad for you. It only is really bad for you because you believe it to be bad. If you believe, truly believe, it'll never hurt me. It won't. Your thoughts, the way that you feel, your emotions are an indicator of your thoughts. Create everything, guys. It's number one over anything. So we'll talk about testosterone real quick. It's often thought that your physiology is what decides your testosterone levels, right? But it's actually been proven. I saw in a TED talk that your thoughts can create your testosterone levels too. And they took a bunch of people and took them in one room and told them to sit in power poses, right? Like they're going like this, like, yeah, like when you score a touchdown, you're like, yeah. Those guys, when they score a touchdown, they're jumping around, their testosterone levels are spiking right then and there. Had sat in a room, they took, because people with high testosterone leaders, right? They'll take up a lot of space, right? Because they have high testosterone. So they sat down with their arms like this, whatever, for like 2 minutes, right? And they took people in the other room and they all did it like closed positions, like arms crossed, not taking up too much room, right? They took their testosterone level and their cortisol level, which is the stress hormone, opposite of testosterone, prior to them going into the room. And then they took it after the 2 minutes of sitting like this or sitting like this. And the people that were in like this, their testosterone increased, I think it was like 20 or 30%, and their cortisol decreased. And the exact opposite was for the other people. Their testosterone decreased and cortisol increased. So you can literally create your own physiology, whatever the word is for it, from your thoughts, guys. That's how the law of the universe works. Your thoughts are the most important. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you are a co-creator with God because you are God. You're a sliver of source, right? Remember, like if my body is God, these are the souls. We're all still part of the same thing. We're still the same thing. We're just having our individual experience though, right? So like if this is touching my pen and this is touching my phone, we're still the same, right? But different experiences, right? That's what you and I are, guys. We're all the same. Everyone is the same. That's why it's so important to have empathy and sympathy for others because they are you, right? At a core level. When you die, you're not your body, your mind, like your personality, your sense of humor, the jokes you tell, all that stuff's gone, guys. And you just are knowing. That's it. That's what you become. Okay. So that was my epiphany, guys, that I had yesterday. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Blue Unicorn in the house, Aurora Transparency in the house, Western Colorado Citizen Press, WT Audits. Who else we got? Salty Explorer, Toe for Life. What's up, guys? Thanks for coming in. So let's see. I know Blue Unicorn, dude. We should like you should email me, man. We should exchange numbers or something because the stuff that you talk about is like I really am into it. MK Ultra is a huge thing that you're talking about, big time. They brainwash people. Happens all the time, guys. Brainwash people into doing stuff so that they can push their agenda, right? This is a little off topic, but we're talking about MK Ultra. So real quick, I just want to say, why is it? I remember Obama said, why is it that America is the only country that every few months has these mass shootings? And that really struck a chord with me. And I was like, yeah, why is that? Why is it that the United States is the only country that has that? Right? I think that MK Ultra is in use, right? They want to push their agenda. This stuff is bad. We need to ban this. This is what's happening. People get brainwashed into doing stuff, guys. And not just MK Ultra, man. If you guys knew the stuff that's going on in your government, whew, wow, it's pretty bad. The people that are in charge, bunch of sickos, guys, devil worshippers. So that's for another show, though. So I think that's pretty much all I had, guys. So I just wanted to share that with you guys that you are a co-creator with God, and that you manifest your own reality because you are God, right? So, all right then, guys. So thanks for coming in on this one. That's all I had. Just double check, make sure I didn't leave anything out. I had my little notes here and stuff. So I think that was it. Just wanted to get that one out there. So appreciate everyone coming in on the live stream and everyone that's watching this afterwards. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you like my content. I would appreciate that. Trying to get this channel growing. And also, I am streaming this one on the Sweet Miracle channel as well. So if you're over there, like and subscribe. And if you're over here, go over to that channel and like and subscribe. That is Sweet T and I's spiritual channel together. So thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate all of you for coming into the live stream and for watching this afterwards. It means a lot to me, guys. Have a great one. Love and light.